23 Glenarm Close, Bootle, Liverpool 22, England, the Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, etc. If it's not too much trouble. Completely doomed. The slightly worrying thing is that I am sort of enjoying this. Being doomed is not good, but being weightless is outstanding. Every time I lean forward, I do a perfect somersault. When I stretch my arms in the air, I levitate. Back on Earth, my only special skills are being above average in maths and height. Up here, I've got so many skills, I'm practically a Power Ranger. Then there's the stars. On Earth, our house is right next to the New Strand shopping centre. The multi-storey blots out most of the sky. The only stars I ever really noticed were the ones on the It's Your Solar System glow-in-the-dark mobile I got when I was 9. And the only reason I noticed them was that they kept getting tangled in me hair. Mobiles do not make good presents for persons of above-average height. The stars look different from here. There's a lot more of them, for one thing. Big swirls and knots and clouds of them. So bright they hurt to look at. When you're in it, space looks like the biggest firework display ever. Except it's on pause. It looks like freeze-frame fireworks. Even if you're completely doomed, you've got to be impressed. The only bad thing about the view is that it doesn't include Earth. We haven't seen it since we rolled out of orbit. I said to the others, well, it must be somewhere. We're probably just facing the wrong way. We'll find it, definitely. But that didn't seem to calm them down. One of them, Samson 2, drew me a diagram to prove that even if we were facing the wrong way, we should still be able to see it. I said, so what are you saying? That we've fallen into some magic wormhole and come out on the other side of the universe? Possibly. That the whole Earth just vanished? That it's gone? Possibly. They all screamed until they wore themselves out, and then they went to sleep. At least sleep uses less oxygen. I have tried to imagine that there's someone on the other end of this phone. Someone unusually quiet. I've also tried to make actual phone calls. I sort of thought the signal might be better up here, being nearer to the satellites. But it doesn't seem to work like that. My favourite gravity. I don't think the world has vanished, but it is worrying not being able to see it. After all, Earth is where I keep all my stuff. Thinking about all me favourite bits, me mum and me dad, me bedroom, me computer, makes me feel a bit calmer. There's me massive Playmobil Viking ship that takes up half the floor, or used to take up half the floor. I put it back in its box the day I discovered I'd grown facial hair. I just thought that anyone with a beard, even just a wispy one, is probably too old for Playmobil. I say I discovered the facial hair. To be honest, I never noticed it because we've got energy-saving light bulbs in the bathroom. It was other people who pointed it out to me during the Year 6 leavers out into Enchantment Land. The most famous ride in Enchantment Land is the Cosmic. All the way there, on the coach, everyone kept on about how big it was and how scary. Everyone had a brother or a cousin who'd been on it and never been the same again. In case you don't know, the Cosmic is a kind of metal cage with 2 seats in. It's attached to the top of a massive crane by kind of big elastic bands. They pull the cage down to the ground with a chain and fasten it with an electromagnet. You sit inside, and then they switch off the magnet. The elastic catapults you into the air and then snaps you back towards the ground again. Then you bounce up and down for a while. It's only frightening for about 10 seconds, but for those 10 seconds it is so frightening that Ben's cousin's hair supposedly turned completely white. And it goes so fast that Joe's next-door neighbour's stomach came loose and ended up stuck in his own neck and he had to have an operation. Apparently, he'll show you the stitches if you ask him. Despite these obvious drawbacks, everyone said they were going to go on it. Until we got there and discovered there was a height requirement. Namely, a wooden Martian holding his arm straight out and a speech bubble that said, "If you can walk under my arm, you can't take the Cosmic." Everyone could easily walk under the arm. Except me. It only came up to my shoulder. "OK," said the man, "you're on." See what I mean about height versus age? It's a height requirement, not an age requirement. Everyone was moaning, saying it wasn't fair and saying how rubbish it was being a kid and how they wished they were grown-ups. That's what they said.